Well, hold on. Are you going to say action?
We're live.
Okay, so
Your name?
coming to you live from Atlanta from the Warrior Symposium. My name is Donnie Doffenbaugh, and I am a combat wounded Marine. I get to say retired. I was shot in the face during a vehicle search in a little town called Mahmudiya just outside of Baghdad, and the bullet broke my jaw, went through my sinuses and up inside my skull now. And it's caused a lot of problems for me, especially as I am getting older. But I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be alive, and I have an incredible family and a great family life. You know, the biggest part of my recovery has been just the support and the love that my family has given to me. I have a 16-year-old daughter, an 11-year-old son, and a now 2-year-old daughter, which helps make an old man of me pretty quick. But an amazing wife, and we live in Houston. And I just want to share with you guys a neat experience that I had with VetTix. I've been a fan. I've been a member of VetTix for a long time, and I always log in to the website and I always check and see what's available. And you know, last year, Hamilton came to Houston, and right away, my daughter is a diehard fan. Download the soundtrack, has watched the plays, has watched pirated YouTube plays, you know, of the actual thing, and it's a global phenomenon. So when we saw that it was coming to Houston, right away we checked out the Hobby Center website, and for nosebleeds, clear in the back, $300 a ticket or more. And we were going in with 4. And so I work for a nonprofit, so no one works for a nonprofit to get rich. So I thought, well, that's pretty awesome, but we can't all 4 go. So then my wife and I started talking about, well, maybe only one of us would take my daughter. And then my wife said, you know, you're a member of VetTix. Why don't you fill out she's like, why don't you fill out the thing on there that they give special consideration to wounded veterans? So I knew she was talking about the Hero's Wish, so I did that. And I don't do stuff like that for myself very often, because I'm always the guy who, when someone tells me they have an experience or an opportunity, right away I'm like, oh, I know just the person that needs to go and do that. And so I filled out the forms, I verified my service, I kind of put a little bit of my heart into my story about why I thought it would be great to have a Hero's Wish granted through VetTix. And then I just kind of fell into the routine that a lot of people fall into, of logging in and bringing up the website and checking on the status. And it went from nothing financial support, it went to no financial support, to paid. I told my wife, I told my daughter, everybody was just, we were pumped. So there was kind of like waiting for the next thing. Well, so VetTix contacted me. We had 4 awesome, I mean, we're talking like 7th row. We're not quite being spit on, but we're close enough where we can see all, we can hear all. Probably some of the best seats in the house. It was amazing. And it was one of the most amazing experiences my daughter, who's now 16, has ever had. And I'm a researcher instinctively at heart. I don't take anything at face value. So the cool thing about the VetTix with my Hero's Wish was that it put on there the name of the person that had provided the financial backing for my wish. So I just shot her a quick message and said, I saw on the website that you had funded my wish, and my kids are pumped. I just want you to know what that means to us. And she responded back to me just a couple of days later and told me that her husband, who was also a VetTixer, saw my wish and was so moved that it hadn't gained traction, that he was disappointed. And he kind of left the conversation at that. He went in to get ready for a work trip, and her name is Cheryl. She paid for my family's experience to go to this hobby center in Houston, to go to Hamilton. And what she told me when I reached out to her and she responded was that after he left for this work trip, that he actually got into a crash and was killed in Colorado right after that. So we sent condolences, and we just communicated how much their support meant to us, and what had happened to their family made our experience that much more impactful. And it left a mark. It was an amazing experience before, but that really, it put it in our hearts. And so much so that when my daughter turned 16, we bought her a car. She named her car Fisher, after Mr. Fisher, who basically it was like his dying wish. You know, his wife had no idea what was going to happen. It was the last thing that they did together, and it was amazing. So it was something that we'll forever be grateful for. My daughter still talks about the play, talks about going to the show, and I can't say thanks enough to VetTix and to the people that give the tickets to help veteran families that maybe they don't want to ask for something for themselves. VetTix gives them the opportunity really to not have to. If tickets are available, they can just put in for them and go. And they can go to games and concerts and have all these amazing experiences. And for me, I want to say thank you, because being able to take my family to Hamilton was something I never would have been able to afford to do. And now, because of all of these other kind of angles of how that happened, it's something that we'll never, ever be able to forget. So I just want to say thank you and let you guys know that I appreciate what you're doing, and it means a lot to me and to my family and to probably everyone else that's going to these shows. Thank you.